that NMDPR has persistently continued to issue import licenses for diesel and jet fuel despite sufficient local production capacity. Therefore, the best option for protecting Nigerians and our local refineries against dumping may be to place a ban on the importation of diesel as long as our local refineries can meet the Nigerian demands.
The Nigerian Senate has raised concerns over the influx of Substandard premium motor spirit PMS, commonly known as Petrol, and Automotive Gas Oil (HGO) or diesel into the Nigerian market. The Red Chamber has directed its relevant committees to investigate the continued importation of hazardous petroleum products and the dumping of substandard diesel into the country. Senator Asuko Ekpeyong, representing Cross River South, Wednesday moved a motion as a matter of urgency. He stated that the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, has continued to issue import licenses for diesel and jet fuel despite sufficient local production capacity.
The best option for protecting Nigerians and our local refineries against dumping may be to place a ban on the importation of diesel as long as our local refineries can meet the Nigerian demands. We are fully aware that this proposed ban on importation of diesel will be beneficial to the Nigerian petroleum industry and indeed the entire nation. The Senate observes that the inability to inaugurate modular refineries as well as get existing refineries to be fully functional to discharge their function to meet local demands for clean petroleum products would make Nigeria a dump site for dirty fuel. Concerned that importation of substandard diesel has both human and mechanical consequences, as toxic emissions from the diesel contribute to respiratory illnesses and other health issues, as well as degrade engine life that would force consumers to deal with frequent vehicle and generator breakdowns with attendant higher maintenance costs. Also concerned that local refineries cannot compete favorably if there is no adequate protection and regulation against dumping, and this will undermine the growth and sustainability of the domestic refineries, thereby leading to job losses and economic downturn.
The lawmakers expressed anger over what they described as sabotage and a clear failure of the objectives of the Petroleum Industry Act. They asserted that those found culpable in the illicit act must face the full wrath of the law.
Now we have refineries that are working, and a Nigeria who believes in the future of our country at a time when the pressure on foreign exchange is so strong that the naira is promoted every day. A Nigeria find comfort in the words of in this particular paragraph to continue to issue licenses for the importation of substandard dangerous chemicals in the name of diesel. I agree absolutely that we need to have a strong, well-empaneled HADO committee to carry out thorough investigation and to investigate the leadership of the institution that is responsible for issuing these licenses. Mr. President, I want to say that we demand that we need a major reform. Head must know in the Nigerian Petroleum Corporation and even other agencies of the government that are saddled with this responsibility. Because all these allegations is just one out of the numerous investigations we have to do in this sector. So I will be imploring that we should do an holistic investigation
in its fullest existence going forward. If this is the only thing that the 10th Senate will achieve, please, for God's sake, let's try to achieve it. Let's show Nigerians that is not business as usual.
Senate President Godswill Akpabio corroborated the views of other lawmakers, stating that the issues raised within the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA) should be reviewed, not as an act of witch hunting, but to set the records straight.
If the intention of unbundling the NNPC was to bring in more investment, then we have failed. I think what has happened is that even the names now are confusing. Modular refineries going on. We have the one from Dangote, and then we are issuing licenses every day. As you open newspapers, you see licenses to bring in what? Diesel. bring in fuel, bring in this, bring in that. We are not even encouraging local production. America and many other countries do everything to protect their local production in order to save jobs. So this August Assembly must rise to the occasion.
A panel has been set up to investigate the allegation. Its chairperson, Senate Leader Bamidele Obeyemi, has been given 3 weeks to report back for further legislative input.